All right. Good evening, folks. Good to see you, folks. A few folks already. Welcome to rehearsal. Hope you enjoyed your snowy day, whatever that was for you. We're going here in just a few minutes. I'm going to warm up. Again, great to be here with you all. I love snowy days. It is a great start to the week. Awesome. Well, good to see folks as we gather. People are starting to join. We go in here right around 6. I don't know if the snow is still coming down. I guess I closed that window. All right. Get more snow tomorrow. I know we've all been stuck inside now for like a while, but we've all been stuck inside for a while, but for some reason having a new excuse to be stuck inside is good, right? I feel like it's a nice break from the pandemic. Reason for being inside is to be inside for snow. It's much prettier to look at too, so that's good stuff. Judith out there shoveling. Good for you. I probably should do some of that, but I've been lazy. Oh, Friesmo, that's amazing. Good for you. Well, good luck in your little open call audition. That'll be fantastic. Awesome. Good for you. So exciting. Anytime you get this thing. Hopefully you become famous and you can talk about the Loud Corral. That'll be great. I love it. Awesome. people coming in. Great to see everyone. I hope you have stayed today. Welcome to our office / piano room / spare bedroom. Usually when I do these rehearsals, I'm over at the church I work at, which is down the road from where I live. And today that parking lot is not plowed out. And I didn't feel like driving. I think my car still probably has like 4 inches of snow on it. So I'm doing it from here. So there you go. So a new scene for you, a new setup for you all to see, because I hope there's nothing embarrassing behind me. I think we're good to go. There's a large collection of rubber ducks back there. Large collection of rubber ducks. I don't think you can make those out too much though there. Other than that, I think nothing embarrassing, nothing there. But so happy to be here with you all. We'll give folks just a few more minutes to get into YouTube, and I know people tend to, the first 10 minutes or so are a slow roll. Well, Ainsley, I will say, it would not be the first time that one of the many Toyota Corollas I've had in my life have skidded across a parking lot or a open road or of any kind. I very much growing up in Ohio was that. Yes, well, more rubber ducks. Yeah, we do have a lot of rubber ducks around the house. Just something. Let me see if there's a good one. See if we have like a good rubber duck to sort of be our mascot here today. Let's see, what's this one? Oh, this is cute. This is a sheep rubber duck. So I don't know if you can see the lighting's kind of garish, but it's a sheep. Let's see if I can tilt this. It's a sheep rubber duck there. So there you go. Anyway, but that will be our little mascot for today. But anyway, good to see everyone. We'll get rolling here. Those of you who just entered this live stream to just see me holding a sheep rubber duck up to the webcam, we're in for a good time already. If that is how rehearsal is starting, who knows how it will end. But anyway, great to see you all. Happy snowy day. I was texting with Sharon and Amy before. Usually on day, like I said, there are very few silver linings to this time we find ourselves in. But one of the least favorite things that Sharon, Amy, and Robin as well that we've had whenever we have snow days here in January is we are always racking our brain. Do we cancel rehearsal? Do we make you all come out in the snow? Should we have rehearsals? So we don't want you on the roads. We're always stuck with this. And the beauty of this time is we can just have rehearsal this way. And so the beauty of this is, when we are back into an in-person mode, singing together in person again, we can just real on a dime flip to this. And that's sort of really exciting, I think, in a sense, that we've learned how to use this been forced to learn how to use this technology. And I'm just so happy we get to be together tonight to kick off this week, to kick off really the end of January. And that's sort of where I want to start before we warm up. So in January, it's been a long month. A lot has happened. a lot has happened in January. And your progress as on the foray is actually quite good. And if you think about it, we have the first movement done, which is one of the bigger movements. We're going to finish really hammering out the Liberame and the Sanctus today. And then starting in February, we're going to work on the 3 other choral movements. One is a big lift. That's the offertory. And that's what we're going to work on next week. Next week's rehearsal is really going to be focused on the offertory, the second movement. We're going to spend a lot of time on that. It's kind of an awkward movement, but it's maybe my favorite. And then we have the Agnus Dei, which is very tuneful, you'll pick up, and In Paradisum, which is quite easy, which you'll pick up as well. Now, then in February, we'll also start sending out some of the recording tracks and some of the other stuff that we're going to use to make this happen. And hopefully as we head towards March, we begin having some more in-person events again and start to record these movements. The other thing that is coming your way sometime in February is our final piece, The Lake Isle by Ole Yelo, which I've started really learning and studying, and it's so cool. You're going to love it. Go listen to it tonight after rehearsal, or if you get bored during this rehearsal, you can go look it up, The Lake Isle. We are going to have another music pickup for you, and so that's going to be in a while. I just sent Jane the information today, and so we'll figure that out for you all, but have that to you by March. And so again, We have half the Requiem sort of framed in now. We're going to have the other half framed in February. Hopefully we can start doing in-person stuff towards the end of that month and into March. And then we'll have our last piece learned. And then by sometime in May, we will have our final virtual presentation ready. So that's just sort of giving you an idea of how we are thinking about and blocking out this spring. And I just want to say thank you to your continued commitment to these Sunday night rehearsals virtually as we are in the winter and as we wait for the pandemic, hopefully to improve numbers wise. And I know for me, getting to revisit this piece with you in this way, in a really detail-oriented way, is really special. So without further ado, let's get up and let's warm up. Here we go. I agree, John. All right, sit tall and stretch your bodies up as high as you can go. Oh man, maybe you're sore. Maybe you shoveled a little bit too much. Roll back. Maybe you got hit by a snowball that had like a rock in it. Those weren't good days. All right, let's start with some people. It's just hard to do, but we haven't done this in a while. Let's do a little lip trill. Now, a reminder: if you can't do that exercise, there's some options. You can roll your R. You can also use a V. Here we go. 1 and. All right, can we do a little veil, One more. Everyone go really high. Woo! For you, one more up there. Woo! Really good. All right, let's do a little narrow resonant yeah sound. A little me. Going down. One more side. Good. Now, let's sing. We're going to sing the word liberame, right? To get our Latin going. Liberame. So we're going to sing it in this way. Liberame. Let me do that again for you. Liberame. Now, the trick to this is we want to sing all vowels. We don't want to sing libera. We don't want to linger on our consonants. We want to treat the consonants like they are little pebbles in the way of our vowel stream. Liberame. A little smile. One more. up there. Woo! Good job, everybody. A little side. Whee! So one more exercise, and then we'll get right to work. I love to sing. Ready, go. I love to sing. 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 Get up there. I love to sing. Drop your drum. I love to sing. Good for you, everybody. All right. Let's get right to work on the Liberame. Liberame. I'm going to tackle it tonight. All we really have left is that middle section, the one where we the rhythm a lot last week. So when you get yourself to the Liberame, we've worked on it. We're going to start right at the beginning to get ourselves situated with it, get ourselves back memory-wise. We're going to work on the new section that we really didn't have a chance to work on, and then we'll go back and work the other the not as new sections, but the ones we probably still want to check notes on. All right? So it's the Liberame. Give everyone just 2 seconds to get there. And again, just a reminder, get yourself some measure numbers in there when you get a chance. Again, take the time to, it's going to be so much easier in these rehearsals if we're all using measure numbers. And of course, if you still need a score or you've lost yours, there's a PDF of it, a link to a PDF of it in the description below. All right, now, as we talked about before we dig into this, this was a movement that was added later in the process. And to me, you can sort of tell. You can sort of tell that it's been added later in the process. I think it's almost of a slightly different style, and maybe that's the text. This is, as we talked about, this is definitely the sort of dark Requiem text, right? This day of judgment, trembling. We say tremens, we say over and over again, and I think it's quite operatic, right? Everything else in this piece feels very much like church choral music, right? Very atmospheric, very chant-like. And this to me feels much more like an aria, much more like a theater piece. So in our singing of it, we want to make sure we bring a little bit of that theater to the music. All right, let's start. Beginning of the Liberame. Everyone, let's start with the baritone solo. You can all be the baritone soloist for now, whatever octave you want. Here we go. Here we go. Liberame Domine de morte la tremenda quando cieli moventi sunt, quando cieli moventi sunt, et terra dum veneris judicare seculum peridem. All right, here we go, everybody. One, go. We'll go back. Sight read this. Here we go. there. I'm sure that was perfect. I'm sure you all nailed that. We probably need to rehearse it. Probably end rehearsal right now, right? Tricky section. All right. Now, before we go back and work on our tremens and review that, I want to really work on this section we need to work on probably the most, which begins at measure 54. Measure 54. It's where we are suddenly in 6/8, right? And we talked about last week, and we're going to the rhythm here to start to get it back in this. We talked about how 6/4 is really just 6/8, right? It is this back and forth, this swinging back and forth rhythm, this swinging back and forth motion that we're sort of trying to feel here. We call it sort of our pirate music, our swashbuckling, dies irae, dies. As a review, starting at measure 5/4, measure 54, we're going to start with the dies irae, but we're going to the rhythm. All right, everyone ready? Here we go. Measure 54, in the rhythm. Here we go. 1, 2, here we go. Stop there. Good. Can we just do that again? Measure 54 up until what is that? Measure 69. Measure 54 to measure 69. Let's the rhythm again. Here we go. 1, 2, 54. Oh, very good, very, very, very good. All right, now I want to do the pitches. So can I hear soprano and alto at measure 54? No text yet on DDD. Just soprano and alto. Here we go. 1, 2, measure 54. 1, 2, here we go. Stop there. Good. Soprano and alto again at measure 54. Tenors and basses studying in the rhythm underneath. Here we go. Sopranos and altos. So 54. 1 and 2. And stop. Good. Tenors and basses now at measure 54. Tenors and basses at 54. Ready, tenors and basses? Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and stop there. Very good. One more time, tenors and basses. Measure 54. Measure 54. Here we go. 1, 2, 54. Good. Let's stop there. Everybody now on DDD, just parts, and then we're going to do text. Okay? Here we go. Measure 54. We're in the Liberame. Measure 54. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and. No. It is fun. This is really great music. Now, getting the words in is its own thing because there's a lot of funky Latin here. Some words we don't say a lot unless you're doing Requiem settings, which, hey, here we are. So the beauty of this is if you've never done a Requiem setting before, the text tends to stay the same. So if you can get this down, I think you get it. And this is some well-said text. There's other Requiems that are trickier. All right, so starting at 54, I'm going to read the words to you, and I want you to repeat after me, and then we'll do them in rhythm slowly. So, dies illa. Good. Dies illa. Good now. Dies ire. Calamita. Calamitatis. Calamitatis. Calamity, right? You got that. Good. Going on at measure 60. Et miseriae. Et miseriae. Et miseriae. Good. Dies illa. Dies magna. Magna. Dies magna. Et amara. Amara valde. I'm going to say that all again. That's a lot, right? It's a lot. So make sure you're making little notes to yourself. If you have your own system of writing things out phonetically, I would do that. Except it really does sort of look, it really, Latin is nice. It really does look like it's pronounced most of the time. All right, 54. Here we go again. I'm going to speak it and then we'll do it in rhythm. Dies illa. Dies ire. Calamitatis. That's a hard one. Doing it. Calamitatis. Et miseriae. Dies illa. Dies magna. Et amara. Amara valde. Good. Now I want to do that slowly in rhythm. All right, so let's speak it. The beauty of it is we all have the same rhythm, so we can all do this together. Everyone's speaking at measure 4 slowly. This slow. Dies illa. Everyone ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 54. Dies illa. Dies ire. Calamitatis et miseriae. Dies illa. Dies magna. Et amara. Amara valde. Off. Good. Let's do that again in measure 54. Measure 54. Because eventually we want to go this fast. Dies illa. We want to go that fast eventually. Let's do it slow one more time. 54. We'll probably come more time. 54. 1, 2, 54. Dies illa. Dies ire. Calamitatis et miseriae. Dies illa. Dies magna. Et amara. Amara valde. Good. We're going to speak it again. We're at measure 54 in the Libera Re. Now, we haven't been in person all year, well, in a way that would benefit this. But I'll remind you, when you're speaking out loud in rhythm like this, speak in a funny voice and lots of ranges. One, it's good for your voice so you don't just sort of stay monotone. But also, I think it helps you solidify it. Also, it's just good to be silly. So a little faster at 54, and then we're going to sing it. All right, here we go. Dies illa. Here we go. 1, spooky. 1, 2. Dies illa. Dies illa. Dies ire. Calamitatis et miseriae. Dies illa. Dies magna. Et amara. Amara valde. And stop. All right, that was fun. Everyone have fun with that? All right, here we go. Now, let's sing on text. Now, if you're not ready to sing on text, feel free to speak or to sing on DDD, whichever you prefer. prefer? Ooh, the Swedish Chef. That is burger. That is really good. That is very Swedish Chef. All right, here we go. Singing on text slowly. 1, 2, ready, sing. Very nice. Good for you. All right, let's go on. I know it's probably not perfect. We'll get there. Measure 70. Again, if you just joined us, we're in the Liberame. Measure 70. Woo! Earthquake. Sorry, let's kick the piano. Measure 70 in the Liberame. Now, the reason I want to do this second is because it's text we've had before in the piece, right? It's a callback. So let's really quickly go over the text at 70. All right. All right. Now, let's start at 70. Requiem aeternam dona eis Domine et lux perpetua luceat eis. And then there's a little rhythm thing we'll learn there in just 1 second. All right, so now let's speak at 70. Let's speak that text in rhythm. All right, speak the text in rhythm, and then we'll put some pitches on it. Okay? Because I want to take all these voice parts separately because it gets a little chromatic. All right, 70. Here we go. Here we go. Measure 70. Requiem. Speaking. 1 and 2. Requiem aeternam dona eis Domine et lux perpetua lucea eis. And then we're in a new rhythm. We'll do that in a second. We'll do that transition in a second. All right, let's go to measure 70. I want to take one voice part at a time. All right, measure 70. We start with soprani. Here we go, soprani. Measure 70 in the Liberame. 1, 2, ready, sing. Requiem aeternam dona eis and you get the sassiest G sharp in all of music. So sing that G sharp with a lot of magic soprani. All right, altos at measure 70. Altos at measure 70. Here we go, altos. 1, 2, a little slower. 70. Requiem aeternam dona eis Domine et lux perpetua. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Now let's hear tenors at measure 70. Tenors at measure 70. Requiem. Tenors at measure 70. 1, 2, tenors, and Requiem aeternam dona eis Domine et lux perpetua. Started at lux tenors, et lux. Pick up to 78. That's a tricky bit. Et lux perpetua. Here we go, tenors. Ready? Yeah. Et lux perpetua. Luceat eis. Bravo. Basses now. Measure 70. Basses measure 70. Requiem. Here we go. Basses. 1, 2. A Scooby-Doo. Requiem aeternam dona I can't sing. Oh, hey, I did sing it. You hear that? I second guessed myself. That's our lesson tonight. You are capable of anything. I can even kind of sing a low A. All right, now all of us now at measure 70. Basses, tenor, alto, sopranos, under tempo, requiem. 1 and 2. Now, very good. This is a great time to remind ourselves, learn, frankly, what happens at measure 82, 83, 84. So, starting in 82, we're still in our 6/4 rhythm. Then we go back to what we did before. Right? Then we go back to that 2/2. Dum, bum, 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 bum. Right? So, let me show you that one more time. I'm going to start at 82 and I want to play that for you. And I'm actually, soprano, altos and basses, I'm going to sing your part starting at 84. All right? So here's A's. Here we go. And then altos and basses come in. And I fumbled it, so I'll do it again for you. Here's 82 going into the back end of the 2/2. All right, here we go. Altos and basses especially need to pay attention to this. Here's 82. Here we go, alto bass. Right, so you just, and it should be super ghostly. Let's do that transition one more time, then we'll put all of this together. This is my symbol for putting it all together, because that's how it feels, right, when we're all alone in our homes. All right, here we go. 82. 82, everybody. Ready? And here we go. Alto bass. Then we all come in together. And we'll do that in a second. That's easy. All right. That was a lot, right? I know it's a lot. Let's go back to 54 and slowly try to put that all together. All right. This is text that we're going to keep repping. We wanted to really work on it tonight hard for a solid 25 minutes, half hour, right? Because we want to get it in us. But it's one of those things that getting this Latin, this is not the wordiest movement, but it's the second most wordy movement. And so getting this one out of the way early was a high priority. All right, 54, everybody. 54. Actually, I'm going to start at 53 with your lead in. Those are the trumpets, right? The horns go. And then we come in. All right, here we go. Here's 53, and we all come in at 54. Here we go, folks. Hold on. Here we go. Alto bass. Good, let's do that one more time, a little under tempo, and then we're going to go back and review tremens. All right? 54, one more time, a little slower. That was a bit fast, I think. Here we go. Even for me. 1 and 2. Ready. Right on it. Very nice. All right, let's go back a section, and then we're going to try a sink or swim of the entire movement. All right, sink or swim. All right, we're going to go back to measure 3-7, measure 37, everybody. This is back in our 2-4. To remind you, it sounds like this. We're back in it, where the sort of half note feels like a beat, right? Back in that feeling. Now, before we sing it and try to do it and take it apart, can we speak it on text? Tremens, speaking on text. Speaking. 37. 1, 2, ready, and. Tremens, tremens, factus sum ego, et timeo, dum discussio venerit, atque ventura ira. It's a lot of text. How about this? Let's take all the parts alone, one at a time. It won't take us very long, but that way we can all practice our text. So sopranos. Here we go, soprano. 37, 3-7, 1, soft. Alti, your turn, 37. 1, 2, trans, factus ego, et timeo, dum discussio venerit, atque ventura. Very good. That's a lot of, especially dum discussio. Dum discussio. Dus discussio. Do a little Italian. Discussio, right? Discussio venerit. If you can get that in, you say that a million times, you got it. All right, tenors, your turn, but you start in 38. Tremens. Here we go, tenors. 1, 2. Tremens, factus sum ego, et timeo, dum discussio venerit, atque ventura ira. All right. Now, basses. Basses at 37, then we'll do it all together. 37, 1, 2. Tremens, ego, et timeo, dum discussio venerit, atque ventura. Very nice. Everybody now at 37. We'll run it once, and then we'll run it from this section to the end. All right, and we'll put this movement away for tonight. Condit framed in. All right, basses starting out. Again, remember tenors. If you can't find that E out of nowhere, feel free to sing with the basses, and then in measure 38, hop up to the E. Bass, alto, soprano, 1, 2. Oh, it's so perfect. I just love it. Oh my gosh, it's so perfect. It is such a beautiful little thing. All right, here we go. Now, 37 to the end of the piece. Musical as ever. When we get to our DSC section, hold on for your life. All right, here we go. trembling, drama. I want you to scare your pets or whoever's around you right now. Coming on that note. Here we go. Ready? And. Crescendo. Here we go. Up to bass. Now we all have unison. Here we go. Drama. The soloist sings. We all sing. Good. Let's sing those last liberames. This is good job, everybody. I know you did great. Measure 131. Can I just hear altos and sopranis? Measure 131. Liberame domine. Here we go. We're in the 1. Good. Tenors and basses. Oh, Michelle's got the little dab emoji. I love that. All right, here we go. 131. Ready and a 1. Everybody, 131. Let's end it. Ready and 1. Butterfingers. All right, let's do it again. Ready? I'm playing so well tonight, and I can't play this. Here we go. Ready and 1. Very good, everybody. Kyrie and introit, please. Kyrie and introit, but we're not going to start at the beginning. We're going to start at the section that gives us probably the most trouble, which we worked on a bit last week. It's a section that's newest to us. So I want you to go to the Kyrie and introit and go to measure 63. Measure 63. 6-3. 6-3. It's where we begin to sing Kyrie. Kyrie, Kyrie. Again, it's measure 63 in the first movement, the introit and Kyrie. You know, this movement, I think it's my favorite movement of the work. I think that if there's one movement that could exist I think actually they're all great. What I love about this movement is this melody that we sing. It's really chant-like, right? Chant. I mean, we would say chant. You know, this piece is often lumped in with another piece, the Duraflé Requiem by not a contemporary, a 20th century composer, Maurice Duraflé, some of you probably sang. And Duraflé's Requiem is completely based on pre-existing chant. Literally, the chant exists through the whole piece. This piece, the Fauré Requiem, there is no pre-made chant in this. This is all out of Fauré's head. Now, Fauré knew a lot about chant. It was his bread and butter. He was a church musician in a big Catholic church in France. So he knew chant. But he wrote this. And yet, I think what I love about it is it's chant-like, and it feels distant. This melody just feels distant. Maybe it's because it starts always high and sighs downwards. It's just a big sigh. And then there's these big outbursts. And I can't help but think in this motive, I was going back through my notes the times I've done this before, that to me, this melody that we sing throughout this movement is really exemplifies the idea of grief, right? These sighs, right? These sighs, this pain that just won't go away. And then this outburst, in our case, exality, right? These outbursts. So our job as musicians in this section, besides getting the notes right, which we're going to go over here in a second, our job as musicians in this section, I think, is to make that grand contrast, is to make that grand difference in these moments, right? To have this distant Kyrie, this distant chant melody, and then these giant scaling outbursts. So let's start at Kyrie. Measure 63. Just alti, please. I know this is a tricky section, altos. Just altos. 63. 1, 2, altos. And. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Now, measure 63. Let's hear now tenors and basses. Here we go, tenors and basses. 1, 2, 63. Soprano and alto at measure 63. We're going to go through the crease days. Sopranos and altos measure 63. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1. Bravo. Now can I hear tenor and bass at 63, and then we're going to go back to the beginning and give this a run. Do our best to get through this piece together. All right? All right, here we go, this movement. All right, 63. Tenors and basses. 1, 2, 3, and. Together, 1. Bravo. All right, let's actually look at one more section because I want us to have a really successful run. All right, let's start at measure 50. Exalti. Again, an outburst. And remember, hear us, O Lord. You please hear us. My gosh, it has to be this. It's why God? Why me? Why us? Why? That's what this has to be dramatically. And it's funny because you notice we at measure 50 we sing forte. And we suddenly go down to dynamic. We're really back and forth each measure. And to me, it's almost like we are asking, like, why, God, why? I'm so mad at you, Lord. And then we're saying, I'm sorry I yelled at you. I'm sorry I yelled at you. I'm sorry I yelled at you. But I'm really angry. I'm so sorry I didn't mean to get so mad, right? It's this back and forth of emotion. All right, let's take this section apart. At measure 50, can we just hear tenors and basses? Tenors and basses at measure 50. Exalti, exalti, exalti. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1. That pace turn is so nasty. Can we start tenors and basses at 54? Odd of odd te. Here we go, measure 54. Let's do the measure. Ready, and 1. And just remember that C sharp tenors is the same as D flat. Soprano and alto at 50, and then we'll do the whole movement. I love this movement. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, very nice. Whole movement. So it's interesting. The first time I taught this piece, I asked advice from my teachers. I was lucky enough to still be in grad school the first time I did this piece with a church choir. And I was like, what order do I teach these movements in? And again, this isn't a tease to get you to keep coming back to the rehearsals. Well, I guess maybe it is. But, the order that I do these movements in slowly reveals the magic and the surprises of this piece. And if you think these 3 movements we've worked on so far are beautiful, wait till you see how these movements influence some of the surprises that happen later on in this piece. Those of you who know the work probably kind of know some of the things I'm talking about. But many of these themes and these ideas come back later on. So I guess this is a preview, a trailer, if you will, for the next 3 movements of this piece we're going to work on. Because I really think, in a way, the next 3 movements sort of where some of the magic really starts to pop in this work. All right, beginning of the piece. Remember, let work on dynamic extremes. And if your pets are upset, if your cat, runs out of the room a couple times, you're doing it right. All right, here we go. Starts with this big hammer blow right at the top. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Dramatic silence, and then we begin this march. Everyone's a tenor in the tenor octave. Here we go. softly. Morning. And a one. And a one. And bass. Everyone, one. Really go into the abyss with the offertory. We go into some really, really beautiful, beautiful music. The end of the offertory is like my favorite movement in the whole piece, but I don't even know we'll get. Actually, we might get there next week. All right, beautiful work on the Kyrie, everybody. So musical. I can feel you in the atmosphere. All right, let's end our night though with the little Sanctus. That was the other movement from this first month we're working on. Okay, and so again, just if you want to look ahead for next week, and actually let's take 2 seconds. Because next week is, I believe, the Super Bowl. I don't know if Sharon's here in rehearsal yet, but I do know that we are going to do rehearsal earlier next week in order to accommodate the Super Bowl. I know that's still happening, folks are still watching, but I'm going to look up the schedule real quick, so that's why you get a close view of my face. But if you want to know what if you want to know what to work on for next week or to look ahead, I would look ahead at the offertory, which is the second movement. It's a tricky-ish movement, and it probably would benefit from you giving it a listen. All right, so yes. So we have down, we'll rehearse at 3:30. Perfect. We'll rehearse at 3:30 on Super Bowl Sunday. We'll rehearse for just an hour there. And we'll rehearse at 3:30 until probably 4:30-ish and send you on your way to eat your wings and your chip dip and all that stuff. That you'll make for yourself. So that is what we'll do. 3:30 next week for rehearsal, a little earlier, and of course we'll send you notes about that. So again, for next week's rehearsal, really look at the offertory. Give it a listen. You'll benefit from having listened to it before we tear into it because it's in a weirdish meter. It's really cool. I think it is my favorite piece. It's definitely to me the most emotional part of the work, but I really think about that. Ooh, on Valentine's Day. Misty, I had not thought about what to do on Valentine's Day. We'll get back to you about Valentine's Day. Maybe we'll have just like, a loving heart rehearsal. Maybe I'll send everyone a box of chocolates or something. We'll get back to you about Valentine's Day. We can be each other's Valentines here. Anyway, thank you, Misty, for reminding me of that. Sunday, Valentine's Day is Sunday. Fascinating. I don't know. I mean, there's not a whole lot of places to go right now anyway. But I know it's a special night. So we'll get back to you about Valentine's Day, but thank you, Misty, for that. All right, Sanctus to end our night, to send our night gloriously into the ether. This is what this movement does. Let's just give it a read, and then we'll go back and do a couple of things. Oh. Anyway, here we go. 1, 2, Oh, very good, good. All right. Very nice. Let's do that movement again from the beginning. I want to work on a few things in it. We'll take 5 minutes here, end at 7:10. Man, that's kind of become our good ending time. I love that. All right, so in this movement, can the S be the consonant that propels you, but not in the sort of, you know how like there are people in choirs that do very dramatic diction, like song, and they kind of get this, I call it angry diction, right? Song, to, right? And they sort of attack the consonants, and it's sort of this like aggressive thing. I think that consonants are a powerful tool for singers. Nancy, a reminder, feel free to sing those high notes if you want, but if you want to drop to the tenor part at any point, don't feel like you have to sing all those high notes. You could drop to the tenor point in and out. You don't have to pick one and stay with it. Once we put it all together, even in person, no one will know. But can we use our consonants as beautiful vocal propellers, right? Can we use the S of the sanctus as air? Song, song, song. You see the difference between that and song, right? One makes my voice clasp up, it makes my chords flack together, and I have this ugly ah vowel. The other allows me to get my air going so that my vowel can never just go into it. Sanctus, 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 song, right? So again, using the S, not as sort of diction that hits you in the face, but diction that gets air flowing. Same with the D. Do, dominus, Deus, right? All right, let's take it all together and then we'll end call the night, everybody. You are beautiful people. Yeah, I mean, the freedom of this piece. You can sing whatever part you want. All right, here we go, folks. Sanctus. Last time through. 1, 2, here's the intro. Use the S. Here we go. Here we go, sopranos. Here we go. Give me a roll. Here we go. Perfection in music. Oh my gosh, I love these comments. John, you can sing whatever language you want. Pig Latin sounds great to me. You'll get it there. And I love you all sharing your comments about your voice. A reminder as we close here tonight that there are no bad voices. There's figuring out how to do with what you do with your voice. The magic of choir and the magic of the human voice, the reason I've committed my life to this, the reason I love this so much is because figuring out how to use your voice, which is slightly different than every other person's, is the real magic of choral music. And the power of choral music is we take all these different voices and we mold them together into one unit. And that is sort of, to me, the definition of community and the definition of unity. So I love you sharing that. All you in this choir, you can sing whatever part you want on any given piece. I know that sounds like a crazy thing to say, but you need to sing where you feel comfortable because you deserve to sing with your voice in the way that is comfortable. Now, stretch yourself, try new things. That's why you're all here on Zoom with us tonight, working on a master work in these incredible circumstances. It's why you'll come to parking lots and sing in mass and all that. But stretch yourself, but always sing in a way that's comfortable and feels right to you. All right, beautiful people. I hope you stay warm. I hope you stay healthy. I hope you stay happy. I really, really, really believe better days are ahead. And again, for next week, there is a bunch of new movements we're going to work on in this. All right. So if you get ready, listen to the offertory. I'm starting new music, and we're going to get close to this, and we're going to have an amazing, amazing concert. I have a beautiful night, my dear, dear people, and have a great, great day. See you.